let's talk about camera equipment. I've been noticing a trend recently while I've been at MagFest. That's where I am right now, by the way. Because I have a relatively professional looking camera with me right now, and I've got like my gimbal and everything else, people have been coming up and asking me, hey, what kind of camera should I get? I give them some advice as best as I can, look things up for them, but it seems like generally they just are looking for like a little point and shoot camera. And they're coming up to me asking about point-and-shoot cameras, and I am not the person to ask about that. For the simple reason that when I bought my camera, I did a lot of research into what would work for my needs. Specifically, I need something that would be able to shoot 4K, I would like something that would shoot 10-bit video, and something that had decent autofocus, which... a good camera is all about the context in which you use the camera. I don't use my camera in a point-and-shoot fashion. It's not the same kind of mindset. I don't know point-and-shoot cameras because I didn't go out and research point-and-shoot cameras. I went out and researched Panasonic cameras because I kind of wanted one. How you doing? Sorry. I keep having people ask me about point-and-shoot cameras or like something small that they can carry around, and I don't know because when I bought this camera, I was specifically looking to upgrade from, like, my phone. You know, this is probably the best point-and-shoot camera that you can get. You already have it in your pocket. Like, 99% of people walking around have a really good camera in their pocket, and I don't know, but that's not what people want to hear. They want to, like, have a dedicated camera just for, like, events like this. But when I thought of dedicated camera for events like this, I thought of my GH5, my very expensive camera. And I'm not saying that everybody should buy a very expensive camera, or people who buy very expensive cameras are better photographers or videographers. It's all based on the context of what you need. I guess my real point is that you gotta buy a camera that matches the amount of effort you want to put into something. And the reason why I would recommend your phone over a lot of other camera brands or buying a dedicated point and shoot is the simple reason that it's already here. You don't need anything more than this, and most people who buy a point and shoot are going to be using it in the same manner that I use my phone, which is take it out, point it, and shoot it. You don't really need a dedicated camera for, oh my god. You okay there? Okay. Of course, I don't want to give people bad advice, and if they're looking to have a camera that they can specifically, you know, have just the pictures they took from a certain festival or concert or convention or whatever, then yeah, I'd say get the point and shoot, but I can't really recommend specific options because I don't know off the top of my head. All camera buying and all equipment is subjective, you know. The reason why I have this tiny microphone on top of my camera is that one, it was on hand, and two, I could have spent another $50 on a Rode microphone or something maybe a little bit better, but it's a cost versus like the amount of benefit you get out of it. I have this mic already. I'm gonna put it on my camera and use it for as long as it works. You know, if I need better audio, then yeah, I'll get a better microphone, but for now, it's fine. If you're just doing point and shoot stuff at a convention, then you probably will be good just using your phone, and that's fine. That's fine. I use my phone all the time. When I was at Anthrocon 2018, I just used my phone for 90% of the pictures I took. And yeah, I had my bigger camera with me, my Nikon D5100, but my phone worked perfectly and got pretty much most of the same shots. I got some more specific shots with my camera, but I didn't need it. You know, for the purpose of what we were doing, which was like close range pictures of costumers and stuff like that, I didn't need like, you know, a $500 dedicated camera with a $200 lens on it. I just needed to be able to take pictures then and there. I guess my point is you shouldn't put money into equipment and stuff like that to try to make your life easier. Working with like this gimbal and this like Joby tripod and this like setup, like I could be doing this on my phone, but it wouldn't look as good. You shouldn't put money into equipment to try to make your life easier, unless it's like, you know, very specific points. But I didn't buy a gimbal and like the GH5 and all this stuff in order to make my life easier. I did it because I wanted that experience of making like movies and stuff. What is in there? And the only way to get like this kind of quality is to spend money and to spend a lot of time and practice getting this sort of stuff. And that's what I'm doing right now as I'm talking to you. And yeah, if getting a point-and-shoot camera makes you a better photographer because you spend more time actually trying to get good footage with it, and that makes you go out and get some practice, then that's excellent. I highly recommend getting a dedicated camera for that. But I couldn't specifically tell you models, you know, I can only deal with the philosophy of it, because that philosophy is what drove me to pick my current camera model. And I can't really give you just like a camera model that's going to solve all your problems, because this certainly hasn't solved all my problems. It's just created new ones, but that's part of the fun of having it. So I guess my final point is, if you're looking to get some sort of camera equipment, or if you're looking to upgrade anything, really think about what the purpose behind it is. Whether you're trying to get better quality footage, just like going from 1080p to 4K, or if you're trying to just get something that's easier to carry around and more flexible than your phone, you gotta figure out what your mindset is before you spend a lot of money on your camera equipment, or really anything. It's the same thing with, like, say your car. I wouldn't want to spend a lot of money on a $35,000 like WRX or something that's stick shift just to drive to work and back. You know, it's more horsepower than I need and a little bit more intensive than, say, my current car, which is an automatic that I paid $2,000 for. It gets me from A to B. And you gotta wonder, with your camera equipment, do you want to get from A to B, or do you want to perform? And the reason why I bought this current setup right here is that I wanted it to perform, and I want all the little, like, intricacies that come with it. That's what's fun to me, and that's what's, like, makes filmmaking more interesting, and that's pushed me to become a better filmmaker, because I want to be able to match the hardware that I have. And if you want to get into that mindset and you want to spend money to get into that mindset, that's fine. I guarantee you, if you have a phone made after 2012, it has a decent enough camera on it to start vlogging. You just need to get into that rhythm and that mindset of actually making content. That's what I'm trying to do right now. You're not going to unlock that potential just by spending money. Yeah, I think that's a good way to do it. You can't unlock your potential just by spending money.